following the second region soccer tournament last week in Hopkinsville. Maggie Ginn and Kelsey Adams were each named All-Region from Caldwell County. Henderson County won the girls' regional championship, downing University Heights in the title game. Madisonville North Hopkins won the boys' regional soccer title, edging Henderson County in a shootout in the championship. If you want even more sports, be sure to head on over to yoursportsedge.com. This is Todd Griffin with your WPKY Sports Edge report on 1580 103.3 and WPKYonline.com.
There's an advantage in being the home team. You know who Emma Talley, Jake Lewis, and Pat Gates are. You've seen the wall around Butler Stadium and have heard of the Caldwell Crazies. Trice Hughes. We're your home team. Here's our home team deal of the week.
1, 2. Yep.
Princeton or TriceHughes.com.
KHSAA Boys State Soccer Tournament begins tonight. Semi-State 2 has Madisonville hosting Davis County. Madisonville in the penalty kick round beat Henderson County on Friday night. We've got a list and pictures of the boys all-region team at yoursportsedge.com. The other semi-state has Marshall County and Warren Central. Madisonville and Davis County played earlier this year, with Davis County getting a 3-1 win. Tomorrow night it'll be the ladies' turn, and once again Henderson County finds themselves in the sub-state round. They'll be taking on Davis County. Semi-State 1 has Marshall County and Greenwood. While we're on soccer, Heritage Christian Academy's Mikey Venable named to the KCAA All-State Tournament team following play over the weekend. Assumption Academy with the upset win as they knock off Somerset Christian, who had won 8 straight KCAA soccer titles. Also, Thomas West and Maddie Venable were named to the All-State team. That's a 10-player list, and Heritage Christian had 2 players named All-State. Congratulations to those guys. Tomas Duncan finished 6th for University Heights Academy at the Kentucky Track and Cross Country Coaches Association Meet of Champions. That was held at Masterson Station Park on Saturday in Lexington. Duncan finishing 6th out of 451 runners in the event. It's a tune-up for this weekend's region meets that'll be held across the state. In all 3 classes, the Region 1 meet will be held at Marshall County High School beginning at 1:30. District volleyball action begins this week. Gets underway tomorrow night. The 5th District being held at Crittenden County. The 7th District is at Caldwell County. The 8th District is at Hopkinsville. The 13th District is at Franklin Simpson. We'll keep you covered with the volleyball district tournament action. Heritage Christian Academy will be traveling to Oak Ridge Christian Tuesday night for the Region 1 championship in the KCAA. Heritage Christian needing a win, hoping to get a good seed for the state tournament that gets underway this weekend. With a look at your Sports Edge, I'm Scott Brown.
Wednesdays are Burger Night at Black Patch Grill in Princeton. Submit your own burger choice on our Facebook page while everyone votes for their favorite. 3 winners are announced, and if your burger is chosen, yours is free. Some of the past favorites are the Donut Burger, the Irish Whiskey Burger, and the Guinness Mac and Cheese Burger. If you can't make Burger Night, check out Family Feud Style Trivia Night, every Monday, 7 to 8 p.m. Free entry, teams of any size, and the top 3 teams win a prize. There is fun to be had at Black Patch Grill.
Kentucky and Georgia on Saturday could best be described as a monsoon game. Very little passing early on as Athens, Georgia was rainy and windy. And Kentucky had chances to make it a game, even chances to win. But after a tied game at 0 apiece at halftime, Cats let mistakes get the better of them in the second half. And number 10 Georgia goes on to take the win 21-0. It was the first shutout against UK in 7 years. And there was no sign of quarterback Sawyer Smith as Lynn Bowden played the entire game at QB. Cats are 3-4 and take on Missouri next Saturday in Lexington. Vegas has Kentucky as an 11-point underdog. Don't forget the Coach Mark Stoops show tonight at 5. That'll be followed by Big Blue Nation on 100.9 FM. Elsewhere, Louisville lost to number 3 Clemson 45-10. Western is 5-2 after beating Charlotte 30-14. Eastern beat Murray State 34-27. Tennessee falls to number 1 Alabama 35-13. Vanderbilt upset number 22 Missouri 21-14, and Austin Peay fell to Tennessee State 26-24. On Sunday, the Titans found themselves 3 points ahead with a little over 2 minutes to go against the Chargers. On a 4th and inches on about the 50, they went for it. Quarterback Ryan Tannehill actually lost yardage. The Chargers took over, marched down the field, and twice it appeared they had scored the go-ahead touchdown. But they didn't. Chargers running back Melvin Gordon fumbled at the goal line in the closing seconds. Titans recovered it. Titans win 23-20. Back to Ryan Tannehill. He made his first start at quarterback, replacing Marcus Mariota. He threw for over 300 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Look for him next week as well. Titans are now 3-4. They'll face Tampa Bay next Sunday in Nashville. And it is the Mike Vrabel Show tonight at 6 on your home of the Titans, 106.5 WKDC. Predators fell to Florida 3-2 in a shootout Saturday night. They're at home against Anaheim on Tuesday. The World Series is set. Washington from the National League, Houston from the American. Game 1 in the best-of-7 series is tomorrow night from Houston. NASCAR held the Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas Speedway on Sunday. Denny Hamlin wins, followed by Chase Elliott, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, and William Byron. That's your Monday. Join me on Facebook. Just search Wildcat Lair. I'm Eddie Owen.
For delicious, authentic Mexican cuisine, head to La Potacina Mexican Restaurant in Princeton or in Marion. Maria's specials are a local favorite you're sure to love. Stop in for delicious lunch or dinner. La Potacina Mexican Restaurant is open 7 days a week, Monday through Thursday 11 to 9, Friday and Saturday 11 to 9:30, Sundays 11 to 9. And they offer lunch specials Monday through Friday 11 to 3. Be sure to like them on Facebook for updates and specials. La Potacina Mexican Restaurant in Princeton or Marion.
People love to enjoy themselves. It's all fun and games. Excuse me. Yes, shaken, not stirred. As I said, it's all fun and games till the ceiling is ruined by a nasty water leak or drafty window. It raises the power bill through the roof. So get the roof before it gets you. The name? Bond. James Bond.
James Bond Roofing, Windows, Siding, and more. 270-963-0840.
You've been listening to your WPKY News Edge. Find news 24 hours a day at WPKYonline.com.
1580 103.3 WPKY and 757 with Tess and Ty. And of course, still got a few more minutes before we check in with Ty over at Trice Hughes for our test drive, our Tess and Ty test drive. That is a mouthful on a Monday morning. Of course, we got Coffee Talk coming up here in just a few minutes, and got tons of guests coming in. Our Sheriff's Department is coming in today. Of course, we're going to talk about Scouts today as well. And before we get to any of that, we're going to have our community calendar, and that's going to be telling you about the who, the what, the when, the where, and the why, and how to get there, and where to get your tickets, and who you're going to help in the process. And of course, we've got a lot of our teams and that sort of thing. I'll spit it out here in a second. That are actually got a lot of fundraisers going on right now. The Band of Pride is getting ready to do a big fundraiser for mattresses, and I think that's something that they've done for several years now, and it's always pretty successful for them. So make sure that you get in on that event as well. Over the weekend, I was at there was a basketball fundraiser right up here, and we do want to thank Trice Hughes for that, because that was a whole lot of fun. I went to that over the weekend right up here at the Butler Building. For every test drive that you made, the basketball team actually got funds that way. So it was pretty cool. And we got some good pictures with the kids, had a lot of fun up there. I went up there and said hi to all of them for a little bit. And that was just a hoot. We thought that was a good time. And of course, you could not get a better cause, huh? It's for the kids. So anytime it's for the kids, we all really like that. So make sure that you join us. Actually, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to everybody and all the moms and everybody right about now is trying to plan for Halloween and what they're going to do and what they're going to wear. And that's probably the talk of in your household if you have a kid that likes to trick or treat or is of that age. So I want to remind you, we're going to be right down here downtown on Halloween. That's going to start about 4:30 and last till about 7:30. And, of course, WPKY will be there. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. I heard maybe Audrey is going to dress up. I know I'm going to be there. I assume that Ty will be there as well. And we're going to hand out candy. We're going to have a great time. We want to see the kids in all of their costumes and take tons of pictures, and I'm sure it's going to be a good time. I don't know. We've been, the forecast has been kind of all over the place for Halloween, so we're kind of going to cross our fingers and kind of hold our breath just a little bit because we're not real sure where that's going to be. It's kind of all over the map right now. Of course, this time of year, it pretty well always is. Speaking of the weather, now, we do have some storms that have been going in and out of the area. Radar, it has been kind of popping up here and there. Something that'll look like a storm, and then it'll kind of back down for a minute. I've heard reports of different things. I haven't seen anything official yet. So I know on my way to work, there was a couple of limbs down this morning already, and that's been a few hours ago. So if you're going to work this morning, when you're going out to school, well, I guess at this point they're late if they're not at school yet. But, of course, that happens at my house, too. But there is some limbs down here and there. We have had and are right now having some pretty good wind. I can see that American flag over there at Trice Hughes really ripping and blowing not ripping, but I mean blowing really hard over in the wind across the street. So make sure that you just give yourself time to go to work and time to kind of slow down because you never know what is around that curve, okay? Hey, coming up next, stick around. We're going to check in with Ty right after news on 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Ahead of a federal trial starting in Ohio today over opioid addiction, 4 of 5 drug makers or distributors, the Wall Street Journal reports, have settled out of court. Sunrise in Dallas will make it easier for search teams to assess tornado damage. Yami Leja and her family are okay.
We just got in the hallway and held each other. My kids, my mom, my cousin. I mean, we're all just there praying. My husband, just praying to God that everything will be okay.
Tens of thousands of homes and businesses have lost power. A fatal Army training accident in Georgia is under investigation.
The crash happened at the Fort Stewart training area. 6 soldiers were riding in the Bradley fighting vehicle when it overturned. The identities of the soldiers killed will be released after their families have been notified. 3 soldiers did survive and were taken to an Army hospital to be treated.
Fox's Grinnell Scott. America's listening to Fox News.
W277CK Princeton. Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Well, rain in the forecast today. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to get away from that for quite a few hours yet. High 71 tonight. Slight chance of showers early, mostly cloudy overnight, low 45. Now tomorrow, sunshine, high 62, and then on Wednesday, sunny, high 68. Your WPKY Weather Edge Futurecast calling for showers returning on Thursday night, continuing through the weekend. A slight chance each day with highs in the mid-60s, low in the upper 30s to lower 40s. So might actually get some frost over the weekend, too. 63 at 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Taco John's.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. Tess and Ty. And Ty, are you there?
I am here, Tess, and I'm telling you, I hate to admit this, but I have the rig today. I've got the farm rig, the family rig, whatever. This thing is awesome. I'm talking about a 2019, okay? 2019, this is a Laramie dually, okay? This thing is absolutely beautiful.
How did you end up with a dually?
Got the big Cummins diesel, turbo diesel in it, and I'm out here looking at the tailgate. This is the sport model. Has lights in the tailgate, so when you put it in park, you can kind of see what's back there, Tess. This is a Ram, of course, a big old Dodge, and I'm telling you, this Cummins diesel will do it for you on the farm. Plenty of cooling power, and just a beautiful leather interior for the entire family, the crew on the inside. I'm telling you, Sirius XM radio ready, all the bells and whistles, a huge, huge touch screen for your charging, for your Wi-Fi, everything in place there. This is a rig you can take on vacation. You can pull the horse trailer with it, go camping, go to the soccer game or football game, whatever you need to do. This 2019 Laramie 3600 is a vehicle for you.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm pretty jealous because that does sound like it's a vehicle that's tailor-made for me, Ty. I don't know, but I think I could fit all of my stuff in there, all of CJ's football stuff in there, all of Abby's drum stuff in there, and still put the hay in the back.
You can put the hay in the back. You got a light back there, and of course, when you need four-wheel drive, you've got that. And I'm telling you, the interior is like being in a luxury vehicle. It's that great a ride. The big old bench seat in the back, plenty of room, 4 doors. Come check it out at Trice Hughes. The home team has done it out on 91 North here in Princeton.
Well, thank you so much, Ty. Come on back and bring me that dually. That's what I'd like to see parked in my driveway. If you could just, pull that in my driveway, that would be fantastic. Thanks so much. Hey, I'll tell you what, that is one of those trucks and one of those rides that when you think about what you're doing this morning in this rain, or maybe you come up against some limbs or maybe some trees and that sort of thing, there's been times when I've had to throw the feed sacks in the back seat of the truck because it's raining, and it never fails. If you're going to go to the feed store, that's when it's going to rain. But, there's plenty of room for that. I've had kids in the back. I've had feed in the back. You don't want to know what's been in my back seat. However, I will say those trucks have a lot of room in that back seat. It's some of those you get in and you think maybe if my kid's not 3, they won't fit in the back seat. Well, those are some trucks that you can put the teenagers and their long legs back there. So make sure that you go by and check that out. You can call Trice and get the hometown team working for you. Maybe that truck is not what you're looking for. Maybe you're more of a Jeep person. Maybe you're more of a car person, or maybe you need a van. Give them a call at 270-896-0753. Now, if they don't have what you're looking for, they're going to find it. You can check out their inventory without ever leaving the house on a day like today when it's raining. That comes in handy. TriceHughesGM.com or visit the dealership on Highway 91 North in Princeton. Now, Trice wants your business, so give Trice a try and tell them we sent you from 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Time to take a look at community news here on 1580 103.3 WPKY. This morning's community news is brought to you by Community Medical Clinic.
Well, Lyon County business owners, farmers, and residents are being asked to attend the joint public meeting on high-speed fiber access of Edible and Katoa, Lyon County, and the Industrial Development Association Board. Now, that's today, October 21st at 5:30 p.m. It's going to be held at the Lee Jones Convention Center in Edible. For more information, you can give them a call at 270-388-4769. Now, anybody in the Caldwell and Lyon communities in Western Kentucky that are interested in learning more about or signing up their kids in scouting are cordially invited to the Boy Scout Open House at Ogden Memorial on Monday, October 21st. Now, that is this evening at 6 p.m. They're going to be here with Ty and I at just a little bit on Coffee Talk and tell you just how important that is. Now, the First Baptist Church Clothing Room will be open the 4th Tuesday of every month from 8:30 until 10:30 a.m. with the next opening tomorrow. Now, there's going to be a large selection of clothing for men, women, and children. Be sure to use a Cave Street entrance door. First Baptist Church is located, of course, at 300 West Main Street in Princeton. And you can celebrate fall with the Caldwell County Extension Office and their next Make and Taste event. Now, with Hawaiian pizza and mason jar lid pumpkins on the agenda, the space is going to fill up pretty fast. Now, only $5 a person. Get pre-registered now by calling 365-2787. Of course, the deadline for registration is October 23rd, and that's on Wednesday, so make sure you give them a call. The Fredonia Valley Bank and Fredonia Activities Committee are working together to celebrate the 125th anniversary of the bank. Make plans to attend the Community Fall Festival in Fredonia on October 26th. That's a Saturday from 3 to 8 p.m. That's this Saturday, actually. Bounce houses, truck-or-treat activities, hay rides, adult tricycle races, competitions for all ages. The crazy Tie Guy's going to be there, free food, free concerts, and more. Make sure you join him for the Community Fall Festival that's in Fredonia this Saturday from 3 to 8 p.m. Now, did you ever wish there was an alternative to dragging the kids in and out of the car all night, fighting the traffic on Halloween, Well, there is. Now, in downtown Princeton this year, for the third year in a row, you can join us as they give out community kids a safe place to trick-or-treat at the third annual Trick-or-Treat Fest. Now, you can get them all dressed up and ready for the fun from 4:30 until 7:30. It'll be having, candies and goodies and booths and more. Just about all of the businesses down there are going to be involved. Don't miss out. I've also heard that the churches are going to be involved as well, so it's going to be a big deal. WPKY will be there as well. Make sure you join us. That's on Halloween from 4:30 until 7:30 p.m. from 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Here is a reminder from your Princeton Electric Plant Board. Tampering with an electric meter is dishonest, dangerous, and against the law. If you steal electricity by tampering with an electric meter, you risk arrest and your life. Tampering with meters results in increased utility bills that everyone has to pay. If you see anyone tampering with a meter, please call Princeton Electric Plant Board right away at 270-365-2031. Princeton Electric Plant Board, Princeton's #1 energy source.
This is Carol at the Woodall Agency at 110 West Washington Street in the heart of downtown Princeton. Our agency is proud to have been a part of this community since 1907. We want you to come by and see us soon. We may be able to save you some money on your home, auto, motorcycle, or mobile home insurance. We offer discounts for good students, multi-policy, safe drivers, and many more. We appreciate our loyal customers, and we will work hard to make you feel like part of the Woodall Agency family. Call me today at 365-5541.
Treasures Remembered Florist and Greenhouse, serving families in good times and bad times. They offer fresh bouquets and sympathy arrangements, custom wreaths and silk arrangements. They have a wonderful selection of gifts, sympathy items, unique wall art, frames and framed prints, birdhouses, candles, wind chimes, and more. Open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5, and Saturday, 8:30 to noon. Treasures Remembered Florist and Greenhouse, 600 West Locust Street, Princeton, serving Princeton and Caldwell County for over 100 years.
1580 103.3 WPKY Coffee Talk is on the air. Morning conversations about things of interest to you. If you'd like to be a guest on Coffee Talk, just email us your information at WPKYonline@gmail.com. We're proud to call Caldwell County home. WPKY.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Tess and Ty and Coffee Talk on the air. And it's always nice when we can have guests in, and that's what Coffee Talk is all about, and figuring out what's going on in the community. And here's one of those things that we might not want to think about all the time, but we need to, and it's good information, and this way we keep ourselves out of trouble, right? Of course, Melissa Martin from the Caldwell County Sheriff's Department is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to hang on just a second.
I want to move that because I want that to be right there.
I had to. They always look so uncomfortable when I move the mic closer to them. It's like, wait a minute, I don't think I'm okay with that. But we need to make sure we hear you because you've got some information that's pretty important for us, right?
I do. Well, at least we hope it's important to them anyway, right?
Right. If it's not, it will become that way very quickly.
It will. Better sooner than later, right?
That's right. Tell us all about what's going on.
Well, it's that time of year. It's tax collection time, and that will start November 1st, which is quickly approaching.
Right.
Starting November 1st, tax collection will be due and payable.
Okay.
The good thing about that is November 1st, we start 2% discounts. So the entire month of November, if you pay your taxes, you get a 2% discount.
Oh, good.
December is face value. If you pay in the month of December, you just pay face value. That just means that whatever your taxes are, that's what you pay. January 1st, you're going to incur a 5% penalty. So if you pay in January, you just get a 5% penalty. And then February 1st, you're going to get a 21% penalty.
Wow.
Yeah, that 21% penalty will go until April the 15th, though. So after February 1st, you've got technically until April the 15th when we turn them over to the county clerk to pay at that 21% penalty. After February 1st, there will be no other penalty that you will incur until they go to the county clerk.
Now, how do we get them paid? I mean, now that, we know what the dates are, how do we go about getting them paid? Do we walk in or what do we do?
You can come into the sheriff's office Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, or you can mail them in. If you mail them in, We prefer that you put your bill number on your check. You can send check, money order, cashier's check. Do not send cash.
There
Do
we
not
go.
send cash in the mail.
Gotcha.
Please. You can. We also are going to have, starting the second full week of November, we're going to open at 7:30 in the morning. So if you're on your way to work, if our hours don't coincide with your work hours, you can run in at 7:30 in the morning and pay us. Also, we're going to have some extended hours because in November we have several days that we're going to be closed for holidays.
Okay.
We're going to stay open late on Friday, November the 22nd. We're going to be there until 6 p.m. And we're also going to be open 2 half days on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And those are going to be on Saturday, November the 16th, and Saturday, November the 23rd. So we're going to try to offset those days in November for holidays to give people a couple of extra days where they could come in on days that we're normally not open.
Okay.
Have you done these Saturdays in the past? It seems like you have. It maybe been a while, or is that something that's kind of new this year?
We've had one Saturday that we open half day in the past, and one Friday that we stay open till 6 p.m. in the past. But we're going to offset those 3 holidays with what normally happens. We're usually open the last Friday of November. Unfortunately, this year, the last Friday of November is the day after Thanksgiving, and we're closed. So we're going to stay open the Friday before late and then offset it with an extra Saturday.
Well, now what happens if they, maybe they're going down the road right now and they can't write the information down. Now, don't get me wrong, it will be on our website later on, the live feed will at WPKYonline.com. But if not, and they don't get that, then how else do they figure out your hours of operation? I mean, is the website going now?
We do have a county website. We are going to have it on the county website. We also have a bulletin board outside of the sheriff's office at the courthouse, which is something new that we're doing. We have it posted on there. We have it posted in the sheriff's office. It will also be in the newspaper twice this year. So we're going to try to get the information out there just as many times. Also, we're going to, put it out there on Facebook, on different people's Facebook pages, and kind of try to share it that way too. We don't have a Facebook for the sheriff's office, but we are going to try to get it out there for the county's Facebook page.
What about this bulletin board? I know I was in a couple weeks ago doing some business there in the sheriff's office, and you pointed it out to me. Tell us about the bulletin board and that concept and the new thing with it.
Well, the bulletin board is just kind of an idea that struck me one day, that there are so many people who come in and out of the courthouse for various reasons, and we're all the time looking for different ways to put the word out there. And so we decided that we would get this pretty enormous bulletin board to just share information. We call it the Sheriff's Information Station. And it's got different information, carry, conceal information on there. We have the information about the tax information, with how to pay, what the dates are to pay. We have congratulatory things on there. We had a deputy that was just honored at the Sheriff's Convention not too long ago. So we have that information. We even have the new Walmart call in and get your groceries. We have that information on there. Just information, because we're right there at the front door, so people who walk in can kind of see those things and go, oh, hey. So
I need to know that.
Yeah, hopefully.
Pretty cool.
Just something of a community things that people can stop and go, oh, hey. Just kind of, as you walk by, go, oh, yeah, I've been meaning to ask that, and there it is.
Well, believe it or not everybody has Facebook, right? I mean, not everybody is socially connected, and that's, used to, that's the way people got socially connected, was the bulletin board at the country store, or like out at Farmersville Star. We still do that. We stick stuff on the bulletin board all the time. And at church, we've got a bulletin board at church. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I think that's awesome.
Like to walk by and just kind of peruse it as they're standing there,
Gives them something to do.
Mm-hmm.
Keeps them out of trouble for a minute, huh?
Fantastic idea. And, of course, this very important job that the Sheriff's Department does is collect our taxes. Now, I think I saw something there toward the bottom that city taxes, instead of being paid at the Sheriff's office, they'll be paid at City Hall now?
That is correct. The last couple of years, there has been back and forth about the Sheriff's office also collecting the city taxes. We will not be collecting the city taxes at the Sheriff's office this year. I think at the end of the year, last year, it was kind of put out there that the Sheriff's office would collect the city taxes this year. We will not be. There is a little bit of confusion with that. If you own property in the city limits, you will pay two separate taxes. You will pay the county taxes at the Sheriff's office, and you will pay a city tax at City Hall. So.
Right. Well, good deal. And, of course, it's upon us here, November 1st.
It is. I would also like to stress, please check your tax bill. Make sure that you are writing your check for the correct amount. We cannot give you change for a check that's written for any amount other than what it's supposed to be. Our auditors don't like that. They will not allow us to do that. A lot of times we will get a payment in November that's for the December amount, and if you've written a check for it, we'll have to send you that check back, and we can't accept it if you come in and pay it. We'll have to have you write another check. We just can't do it. Just check your bills. The little tiny print gets a little confusing to read those lines, but just check it. And check, money, cash, money order, cashier's check. We do not currently accept credit cards. That is something that we look to doing next year maybe, but we currently do not do that at the moment.
What about those that may escrow, and that's handled by a bank or financial institution? Should there be something we ought to look out for and make sure that those are properly being paid?
That's a very good question. If you have your tax bill escrowed into your mortgage, you are responsible for getting that tax bill to your mortgage company or the third-party person who handles that. We do not send that to that escrow company. We do not send that to the escrow company. You're responsible for that. If you have not received a tax bill by the first full week of November, call the office. They will all be mailed out October the 31st, so if you do not have it by the first full week of November, call the office. We'll get you online and get you taken care of. But call your mortgage company, make sure that they've paid it. Do not come in and pay it if you escrow that, because they will pay it, but you have to check on that.
Okay. Good advice and good information, great information. Thank you all for what you do. That's a huge undertaking, what the Sheriff's Office does for the county.
Any questions, be sure and call us, 270-365-2088. We'll get you taken care of.
Well, thank you for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
That's Melissa.
We appreciate it.
Melissa Martin, the deputy up at the Caldwell County Sheriff's Office. We certainly appreciate you being here and give us this valuable information.
Thank you.
Always call the Sheriff's Department if you have a question concerning this. Check the bulletin board outside and give us your phone number.
365-2088.
Thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
We appreciate you being here on Coffee Talk on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
If you have frequent heartburn, take control of it with Prilosec OTC instead of stashing antacids everywhere, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Time to start the bird seed.
Watch out for the seagulls!
Oh, my head! Are you okay?
United Healthcare helps connect you to care whenever you need it, like video chatting with a doctor right from your phone.
So I don't need stitches?
Nope, just put some antibiotic cream on it.
Great, thank you, doctor.
United Healthcare. Health plan benefits may vary.
The holidays, time to enjoy with those you love. If you're thinking about new flooring in your home before the holidays, now's the time to stop in at Perry's Floors and More and let them help you find the perfect flooring that will not only add warmth and style to any room in your home, but also flooring that will stand up to the wear and spills of everyday life. Whichever floor you choose will be backed by reputable manufacturers and installed with expert care. See Bill and Lucy at Perry's Floors and More, 127 West Market, Princeton. Call 270-365-9869.
Hey guys, Heidi with Capitol Cinemas, your local Princeton movie theater with your weekday lineup. In Cinema 1, Downton Abbey PG shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. In Cinema 2, The Addams Family PG shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. And in Cinema 3, Joker Rated R shows Monday through Thursday at 6:30. Call during showtime hours at 270-365-0200 or visit us at capitalcinemas.net. Thanks for listening. See you at the show.
Fall is the beginning of flu season. Protect yourself with a flu vaccine at the Health First Community Health Center. It is your best shot at stopping the flu from getting to you. With same-day appointments and walk-ins welcome, they make it easy to arm yourself against infection. Contact the Health First Community Health Center office toll-free at 1-877-667-7017 or visit one of their 7 locations for all your healthcare needs. At Health First, your health is our first concern. That's Health First Community Health Center.
This is Todd Griffin with your SportsEdge.com. Every Thursday morning in the 8 a.m. hour here on WPKY, we bring you the Sideline Report. This is your invitation to join us as we talk sports. Sometimes it's local sports, sometimes we talk about national sports news. We always have a guest, and you are always invited to listen. The Sideline Report is brought to you in part by ABC Finance, U-Ride, and Bashir Sawmill. I'll be looking for you to join us Thursday mornings at 8:05 for the Sideline Report. You can tune in on 1580, 103.3, or online at WPKYonline.com.
If this community is as important to you as it is to us, we invite you to join us weekdays for our WPKY local newscast at 6:30, 7:30, noon, and 5. 20 newscasts a week means we're committed to keeping you informed on local events. You can also find news when you want it at WPKYonline.com. Thanks for listening to 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. And of course, Tess and Ty, we're in the middle of coffee talk this morning. And Ty, I'll tell you what.
Yes.
I felt like the A-team was appropriate.
The A-team?
I felt like that music was appropriate for some reason, right?
Yeah. It works.
I don't know. It just made me think of that.
It right
Not
on.
real sure why.
I think you're right on there.
Well, we have got the Caldwell County, the Boy Scouts of America, I guess is what I should say. We've got them here this morning. And if anybody's the A-team, that's these guys. And I'll tell you, we've got one more coming, but we're going to jump into it because I think it's something that we really need to hit on this morning. And, of course, we got Danny Ball and Cole Sherrill, Josh Wright, and Dr. Shrewsbury's the one we were talking about that's kind of on the way, we believe, this morning. And, Danny, can you tell us about what you've got going on this week that's coming up? Pretty important thing today, huh?
Well, tonight from starting 6 p.m. and we've scheduled the last till 9 p.m. is we're having a sign-up night for scouting for both families and residents in Caldwell and Lyon County, Kentucky.
Right. Very important. And this is one that we really need to go well, right?
Yes, because basically we're trying to save the existence of the Boy Scout program in Caldwell County.
Well, I'll tell you, you and I have talked before, and that's one of those things that it's always been kind of close to my heart. I've had family members that have been leaders in the past, and of course, my cousin Ty was the very first Eagle Scout here.
Oh, here in the county? I'm a proud tenderfoot.
Look
and
at that.
Troop 87, and is this, Danny, is this Troop 87 we're talking about?
Yeah, Troop 87 itself's been in existence since February 1973, continuously, but it's not been the only troop in the Princeton's history.
Goes back, what, 88 years? Is that correct?
At least 81 years.
Wow.
Wow. And I'll tell you now, Cole Sherrill, what grade are you in this year?
I'm graduating.
No way. Mm-hmm. I really thought you were a senior this year. Man, these kids, Ty, they grow up on you quick.
And I believe Cole's a proud Eagle Scout.
So
aren't
you're
you?
a man scout now, right? You're not at school anymore. But tell us about that. I mean, because that's what age were you when you got into it?
I got into Boy Scouts when I was 14. My cousin came down from Eastern Kentucky, and he got involved with Danny, which, I knew Boy Scouts was around, but I worked on a farm all my life. I didn't really have time to show up. Well, my cousin was like, hey, Boy Scouts pretty good. Drag me along. And I was like, all right, I'll see if I can show up. So one day he came over to my house, and he said, you're going. I was like, okay. So we show up, and they were so proud to see me, and I was like, okay, this is how this goes. And
rest is history.
The rest is history. They elected me a chaplain because I don't know, they just said, hey, this position needs to be filled, and ever since then I've been hooked and went all the way from Scout to Eagle Scout in 4 years.
They had some faith in you then, right? They had faith in you?
I hope so.
And to start scouting when you're 14 and make Eagle Scout in 4 years, that's quite an impressive way to do it, because usually it takes a little longer than that, doesn't it, or it can?
It can. Late bloomer, as me and Danny like to call.
Gotcha. What did you do for your, most Eagle Scouts have to do a community service project, and I think, I'm not sure I remember what yours was. Tell us about your project that you wrapped up to get your Eagle Scout.
Well, I did 2 blood drives.
Okay.
But to do an Eagle Scout project, it has to benefit your organization, anything like a radio station or the school or the church or anything, but it has to benefit them. It cannot benefit you, and they're all about service. So they're not in it for, you don't go out and say narrow-minded view of, I'm going to spend $50 and I'm going to put this bench up somewhere. It has to benefit.
It can't be a selfish thing.
Yeah.
That way it's not benefiting you. It's benefiting the community and not you yourself.
And a blood drive, and a couple of them, I
Wow.
remember you holding those. What a way to benefit your community.
And I actually got my idea, which Danny had been trying to talk to me about construction or anything, and I gave blood with Mr. Dale Fond ever since I turned 17 and could do it by myself. And I was like, I talked to Mr. Fond a little bit, and I was like, doing a blood drive, since me and you do it, great idea to show up and just do a blood drive for my Eagle Scout. You're supporting everybody.
Well, you talk about somebody that is a service-minded man that has really done a lot for the community, and that's Dale Fawn. He really has, and he's continued to do that for years and years. So we've got somebody that just come in.
Dr. Walter Shrewsbury has joined us, a long time involved here in our local Boy Scout troop, and welcome to you, sir. And tell us about this wonderful open house tonight.
Well, we hope we have a lot of people come in, bring their sons or daughters in to sign up for the being scouting.
Well, I was hoping Walter give the parent perspective, because besides him being involved in his youth, both his sons were in scouting in their youth, one in Cubs and Boy Scouts, and then the other just Boy Scouts, and both sons of his earned Eagle rank.
Big time. And
So what does that mean to you?
Oh, it means a lot. I almost made Eagle way back when, but just didn't quite make it. I was in Troop 42 with many of us remember Bub Harrelson, the Harrelson family, and actually Bill Morgan. I had Troop 54 here many years back, and scouting was a great experience for me, and I wouldn't give anything for it.
What types of things do you guys do? I mean, it wouldn't, let's give them a synopsis, because we're looking for at least 5 people, right? We're looking for 5 kids at least to save this chapter. And now, does that include Boy Scouts and Cub Scouts together, or just Boy Scouts?
Well, to save the troop, we need 5 boys to join their ages 11 to 17.
Okay. Well, and because we want to be honest, this is something that we need. If we want to keep Scouts in our community, Boy Scouts in our community, let's be, let's create that sense of urgency. Because if we don't, that's something that is an institution that I would really hate to see leave our community for our kids.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the kids today, they're on their cell phones, and there's a lot more sports and activities that they're into now that they didn't have when we were younger, or when I was younger. But I mean, scouting is a great opportunity to do a whole bunch of things. Get out in nature, go camping. They have scout camp every summer at some great places, and it's an awesome experience.
Well, they go fishing, and I heard something about Mexico or Florida, like scuba diving and different things like that. I mean, hey, that's something that nobody gave me an opportunity to do, when I was a kid. So that's kind of cool.
And it's known statistically, and I'm sure Josh can attest to this, that Eagle Scouts go on to really have successful careers. The studies have shown this.
I was about ready to mention
Go ahead,
that.
Josh.
I made Eagle Scout when I was 15 years old. My little brother did as well. But just, after high school and life in general, I went in the military, and I got 2 stripes. I went in as the E3 just because I was an Eagle Scout. And a lot of the training and tech school and stuff I had was, stuff I used to teach to 14, 15-year-old kids. I mean, I fell asleep during land nav, and when they were teaching that, and I'm like, what do you want to know? Kind of made the instructor a little upset and flustered, but
Well, when you see those merit badges, that big banner wrapped around a scout, and you see all the merit badges there of all the experiences that they've had, it's quite impressive, because there is a wealth of knowledge behind those badges, and you never know whether it's CPR training, whether it's swimming, whether it's woodcrafting, just whatever it might be, how they might take what they've learned. You used it in the service, you're using it probably in your life now, what they're going to take and use for their life skills.
Well, and that's one of the whole purposes of Scouts, really. I think it was to not only prepare boys for, what they're going to need in life and in all aspects of it, but also to educate them. There's a lot of science involved. I've even seen some math and different things that they're going to encounter later on. But then, you also, give them a little adventure at the same time and let them know that there's, some adventure out there in life that's not necessarily bad for you, that's good for you. And and take that energy and kind of focus it is really good.
Well, the Scout motto is be prepared, and it's truly, that's the thing.
And the ride with what you were saying about adventure and stuff, I came into Boy Scouts, like, I talk a whole lot about service, because that's what I got through Scouts. We did fun things, but I came into Boy Scouts probably being one of the selfish person you ever met. Not at all, but for the figure of things.
Right.
After I eagled out and went through my 4 years out of 5 of being in Boy Scouts until I aged out, by the time I got to Eagle Scout, I was all about everybody else. And
it changes your mindset then.
And Danny can attest to this. I was the patrol leader for a couple of years, and we had 5 boys. We had 6. The highest we had throughout my tenure there was about 10 people, 10 boys, from us being the oldest, 17, 16, to 11, 12, 13. And again, Danny can attest for this. When we was moving up in rank, I wouldn't just focus on yourself. Like, I would hold back myself, and all of us get on the same page. And I thought that was a better idea than me getting Eagle, and then we'll work on you. We all moved from second class to first class to Star and Life together. And that's how me, Joshua, and Colin Schaefer, we all eagled out at almost exact same time.
I know Colin. He's very much minded the same way that you are when you're talking about that.
I know for Colin Schaefer, I'm sure his Eagle's helping him, because if you haven't been following his mom on Facebook, for the last 4 months, I think he's going through another training right now. Colin Schaefer's at National Guard training, and I'm sure his Eagle rank has helped him rank up immediately in that.
Well, and you may be somebody that says, I don't plan on going into the military following Scouts, but there's other opportunities that it can help you as well, not just, in military training, but in other aspects as well.
Yeah, I've gotten a few jobs just because my qualification, being an Eagle Scout, well, that's kind of what broke the tie, so to speak, that I got that job, because he knew he could rely on me to get the job done. But what he was to piggyback what he was saying with him and his friends going through everything together. I actually was in Scouts with Walter's boys, Jordan and Eric, and I remember me and Jordan, and there's another guy, a friend of ours from Dawson, that was in the troop, Brett Davis. We all did the same thing. We stuck together, and we come summer camp time, come around like, hey man, what are you doing this? What are you doing this week? What classes are you taking? And we try to do them together and stuff, and we had a great time.
Well, that is, I think, awesome, and I think it's a legacy that we don't want to lose here in our area. So tell us again, remind us, where do they need to be? Where do we need to bring these kids? What time do they need to be there? And if nothing else, even if you're just curious, come and feed the curiosity, because they have a wealth of information.
Well, it's tonight, October 21st, at the Oldham Memorial United Methodist Church in downtown Princeton, Kentucky.
Easy to find, right?
Yeah, for those that don't know the address, it's 305 West Main Street. We're starting at 6 p.m. and we've scheduled to stay there till 9.
Mm-hmm.
We got at least one, hopefully a couple people that work for the Boy Scouts and our council come and help assist us with this, sign-up night. And,
you'll be in the basement?
What they call Baker Hall. That's where the troop regularly meets.
And this is, what if they say, if somebody has special needs or different things like that, you can accommodate just about anybody, right?
Yeah, but then also, we're not just looking for the youth. We're also looking for adults to help out too.
Right.
Because BSA has this standard where every meeting, camp out, hike, day trip, you have to have at least 2 adults at every event, age 21 and older.
Well, and that may ease some minds too for mamas and daddies. I mean, I get a little nervous. My 13-year-old cannot go out camping by himself, and should not. He would. I don't think he'd come back. So I mean, but that's the reason why you have 2 people to go.
Hey, camping with the Troop 87 is pretty fun. You just gotta show up.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. I know you had having to get everybody's schedules together to be here today, and sometimes that can take a lot. So we really appreciate it, and we're proud of you.
Thank you.
In fact, 3 of the 4 people in this room are all Eagle Scouts of Troop 87.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
See, I love that, because that's just success that continues going and going and going, and it's something that they can leave for the next guy or gal, and that's what's important. So thank you so much. Does anybody have a phone number throughout the day if they say, maybe I can't be there tonight, let me go ahead and call you now?
I know I've been basically leaving my cell phone number on most of the communication out there. 270-625-8511. I don't know if any of these others are willing to share theirs.
It's okay. But thank you so much. That's Danny Ball, and bless your heart. We sure are appreciative of everything that you do in our community and for our kids. And even though they grow up on us awfully fast, we sure are proud of them. So thanks so much for being with us. Stick around. We've got some teachers in the house. We go from Boy Scouts to teachers time. My goodness. Hey, it's 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Burn? Take control of it with Prilosec OTC. Instead of stashing antacids everywhere, like in your junk drawer, buried under old batteries and hotel pens, or in your purse, hiding in the one pocket you won't check. You even have antacids on your nightstand, which are very hard to see in the dark. It's time you stopped stashing antacids and started taking Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn.
It's possible with Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days, not for immediate relief.
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Time to throw the bird seed.
Watch out for the seagulls! Oh, my head!
Are you okay?
United Healthcare helps connect you to care whenever you need it, like video chatting with a doctor right from your phone.
So I don't need stitches?
Nope. Just put some antibiotic cream on it.
Great. Thank you, doctor.
United Healthcare. Health plan benefits may vary.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Well, it looks like rain. We're just not going to get away from it today. But to be honest, we had a dry spell there where we were begging for some rain. So a little bit of rain is not bad. Should be clearing up this afternoon. Showers throughout the day, though. High 71. Tonight, slight chance of showers early. Mostly cloudy overnight with a low of 45. Tomorrow, sunshine. High 62. Now on Wednesday, sunny again. High 68. It is 64. Still got some sprinkles going on. We had a gully washer just a minute ago, Ty. Man, it come down. But it seems to have kind of eased up here in Princeton for the moment. 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Pennyrile District Health.
This is Mallory Hancock Lawrence, and we love our Caldwell and Line County friends. We invite you to come to Cada's anytime you can to shop with us. We're making it even easier for you. Whether you work in Cada's or just come to town for a visit, stop in and shop with us. But if you're in a hurry, you can pre-order your groceries at Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com. It's so easy and convenient. Of course, we want to see your smiling face anytime we can, but if you're in a hurry, Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com is the way to go. Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Cada's.
Coming soon in the fall of 2019, a state-of-the-art memory care unit at Princeton Health and Rehab. This unit will have 38 available beds, its own dining and activity areas, which will include a multi-sensory snooze-lit room, a highly therapeutic environment for the purpose of delivering high levels of stimuli to patients with dementia. The highly desirable setting and space will fill up quickly. Please contact Angie Copeland today to secure your place. Call 270-705-0688.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
Well, we just had a pretty good shower move through Princeton and Caldwell County. Could see those till after lunch today. A high today of about 71. Tonight, those slight chance of showers, about a 10% chance. Should clear out in the early evening, low 45. Tomorrow, sunny, high 62. With Wednesday looking sunny as well, a high 68. Thursday, sunny, a high 68 as well. So watch out for those showers if you're out and about today. May want to take a light jacket or an umbrella. Again, for today, those 80% chance of showers through about lunchtime or after, a high of 71, 64, and cloudy at WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Raider Auction Company.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Tess and Ty and Coffee Talk on the air. And boy, I love to see those Boy Scouts and everything that they do for the community and the leaders. And again, I want to let everybody know they need 5. And what that means is the Boy Scout troop will no longer be here. They're not going to be able to exist if they don't get at least 5 kids signed up. And that, that's important between the ages of 11 and 17. So if you've ever had a question on whether or not, maybe I'll think about it. Maybe we'll do that next year. It needs to be now.
Now's the time.
Now's the time. And just show up at 6 o'clock this evening at Ogden and show your support. That's something, boy, I hate to see us let go of. And I'll tell you, they are leaders in our community, as are our teachers, and we're awfully proud of them as well. And we go from having Boy Scouts to teachers. So I'm telling you, I'm gonna be smart before I leave today.
One way or the other. That, no doubt about it. We have Ginny Oldham. Good morning. She's the local president of our Kentucky Retired Teachers Association, and we also have Melissa Earnest, who is she's the secretary of our local organization, as well as the corresponding secretary for the 1st District of the Kentucky Retired Teachers Association. So, and a celebration this week. It is Kentucky Retired Teachers Week, isn't it?
It is.
Well, good morning. Tell us about that week and the celebration and everything that goes along with it.
Every year in the 3rd week in October, the Kentucky Retired Teachers Association's president sends out a proclamation, and the 3rd week of October is designated as Kentucky Retired Teachers Association Week. And one of the things that we were excited to get to do was to have Mayor Young and Judge Executive Larry Curling sign a proclamation. And we posted it on our Facebook page.
It's official.
It's official.
It's official. And Larry Curling was also a retired teacher.
That's exactly right.
So we were proud of that.
Not only KRTA, but representing the Caldwell County Retired Teachers Association.
Now, how long did you teach?
I taught about 15 years. But you don't want to hear how old I was when I started teaching.
Well, sure I do. I want to know all of the goods. Are you kidding me? How old were you?
I was 59 when I started teaching.
What did you teach?
I have a master's degree in English education, And I taught everything from speech and drama to humanities classes.
I love that you started a little later versus a little earlier too, though, because what that teaches people and moms and that sort of thing, that maybe, they said, well, when my babies were little, I started a family early and I didn't get to go, but it's something I always wanted to do. It's never too late to learn and to go forward and to do more. So, I love what that kind of shows, is that yes, you can, and it's not too late, and you should.
No doubt about it.
That's true. I came into teaching late as well. I think teaching is a calling for people. I did not start teaching until 1994. So I had about 20 years here in Caldwell County as a public school educator. I was kind of like Ginny. I taught everything from history to computer science classes. So
I graduated in 93, so you just skirted me being there.
I just missed you.
Isn't she lucky?
You were fortunate, I'll tell you.
But also
I would have drove you nuts.
We have Dr. Melissa Earnest here, and
Oh,
Melissa,
wow.
that's exactly right. She went back after you retired and got your
did.
PhD.
After I started my doctorate at the end of my career as a public school educator, and then finished it, and now teach for Austin Peay State University, my old alma mater, where I got my bachelor's and master's degrees.
I think that's so important to show our kids and our adults, though. It's like, look, it's not too late. If you want to do this thing, keep going. Don't stop. Continue to go. Don't ever say enough is enough or, oh, that's good enough. No, keep going.
And even retired teachers, to me, we don't stop. We keep, we're out there. We're Boy Scout, Girl Scout leaders. We continue to, involve ourselves in the community with, civic organizations and other things. Lots of retired teachers are substituting now because we have a great need for substitutes in our area. So we keep involved.
It's that love of education and love of children. And if you have that, I don't think you could ever stop and not explode. I think it's, you've either got that want in that drive or you don't. And if that's something that's important to you, I don't think you just lose that just because you hit retirement age.
No, you don't.
How are we celebrating this week?
Well, as I said, one of the things we've done is we have had a proclamation signed. We are publicizing it on our Facebook page that Melissa manages. We're also talking to you, to the radio station, and we also contact our other members to make sure that they know that this is a special week.
And this is all around the state that this is celebrated? Yes.
This is statewide.
And tell us about your website. I was on there kind of looking, and there's all kinds of information about the Kentucky Retired Teachers Association website. Of course, you all are actively involved in maintaining different things for retired teachers here in the state, whether it's insurances, of course, and the retirement benefits and things such as that. That's one of the big things you all do. But, we all have been touched in the past with education and special teachers. I know you have, Tess, and I have, and that's a real great way, I think, to celebrate our retired teachers, is to first of all thank you all for educating us and making us the people that we are, because so many teachers, I know we can look back and just say, man, I remember when Mr. Such and Such did this and Mrs. did that, and that's what I think is really cool.
Miss McNeely, I'm telling Miss McNeely, that's
that's
somebody
a big one.
that, I'll tell you, boy, those paddly whacks, they did a good thing. But, I remember that lady so vividly, though, because she didn't give up on me. And I got a couple of paddly whacks, let me tell you. and I know what they feel like. But she cared, and she cared enough to make sure that we were paying attention. And George Wolford, he would hit me in the back of the head with a piece of paper every time. And Ben Trimble, same way. I'm going to call them all out. But Brad Harrelson he was in the middle of a But, we had a good time, and she loved us. And those are the kind of teachers here in Caldwell. And we talk a lot about our students and our athletes and that sort of thing. But our athletes had to have, gone through those schools and had a lot of great teachers. And I think it's important to keep the memory
well, as
of
that
a lot
old
of them.
saying goes, teaching makes all other professions possible.
Oh, yeah.
So we're important.
Absolutely.
We do, as Ty said, we do keep our Facebook page updated with what's going on in the state. We have locally and at the state level, we have 3 main committees. We have, of course, a membership committee to make sure that people know that we're here locally and first district wise, and also the state level. We have legislative committees that keep us abreast of what's happening out in the state and sometimes in the national news for the teaching profession. And then one of the most important for us is our insurance. Having somebody kind of keep an eye on the insurance and what's available and making sure people get, this is also insurance time for us.
Sure.
To make sure people know all the options that they have and make sure they sign up on time.
So this is a way that people, if they're teachers, they can come to you and ask questions and say, look, I don't
Absolutely.
understand this. There's a lot of fine print. Can you help me figure it out?
Absolutely.
And Ty brought up KRTA's role, and that's their role. They pass down to us information that we need to be passing along to our local members. Whatever issue is coming up, what's happening, then the information is funneled through them.
It's filtered down. Is it an automatic thing? If you're a retired teacher, I'm just in the association, you have to be somewhat, you have to initiate your participation and membership in this organization, don't you?
Right. As soon as somebody retires and we're notified and we know that, we have what we call the white card, that we will go tell them all about the white card. And the white card basically is your sign up for the Kentucky Retired Teachers Association. And what some people don't understand is you belong to the Kentucky Association, but the Caldwell County Association is we're an associate of them, but we're also our own local association with separate dues and separate, membership.
So do you guys meet on a regular basis?
We do.
We meet 5 times a year. Our next meeting is December the 6th at noon at Breezy Hill Restaurant. Melissa will have some fantastic Christmas games to play, and I'll have some prizes to give away, and we'll just enjoy having fellowship and really a good meal.
Well, I'll tell you, fellowshipping with one another, I bet you've got a lot of stories to tell each other, and I bet there's a lot of experiences that's just a lot of fun to get together and fellowship.
It is. It is a lot of fun.
And I guess you got to be a retired teacher to be a member.
Well,
it is probably the only requirement it's introduced.
I figured I'd ask the question.
However, you do not have to have taught in Caldwell County.
There we go.
If you taught in a surrounding county or somewhere else and you happen to move here.
That's what I was getting at.
As a retired teacher, you've moved to the Lakes area. It's a beautiful area here. We welcome you to come to the Retired Teachers Association and be a member.
And it doesn't matter what state they might have taught in either, does it?
No. You can come here as long as you live in Caldwell County. We'll take you.
And I bet there's some good that you do in the community as well throughout the year, right? I've never seen teachers that could just stay out of it now. When there's kids, you guys are right there willing to help. So
we're very proud of the fact that we support the UK Extension Service Backpack Program. We have been doing that for years. A few years ago, we decided that we would try to work towards funding at least one child per year with the funding for that program. We also, through Kentucky AARP, support the local school supply program through the Family Resource Center. We have a matching grant from them. If we can donate a specific amount of money, then Kentucky AARP will match that.
I love that.
So they get double the money.
That's
really cool. I think that's
we're
fantastic.
really proud that we get to support those two.
Well, and we talk about it all the time, especially when Joni and them come in. It seems like we have more and more each year that need it, and they're right here in our county, and the teachers are the ones that see them every day. You guys know, and we encourage people to make that phone call, send out that email, let somebody know that this family needs help.
Right.
Fantastic. Anything else that we leave out that you wanted to mention today? She's got some notes there. I wanted to make sure we checked your list and checked it twice.
How about that? Look at that. See? How about I just thank you for your years of service, for putting up with all of us and trying to teach us something when most of the time it's twisting our arm to do so.
And still being out there, getting things done in the community, and of course being advocates for your own profession, because you have to stay on top of things in this day and age. Exactly. And I know that it does happen, and you're doing it, and we certainly wish you well and certainly thank you for being here. And let's celebrate retired teachers this week.
Thanks for having us.
All right. That is Ginny Oldham. She is the local president of the Caldwell County arm of the Kentucky Retired Teachers Association. And of course, Dr. Melissa Earnest. She is the secretary, the corresponding secretary of the 1st District of the Kentucky Retired Teachers Association and local secretary as well. So thank you all for being here and have a wonderful week and enjoy it.
We will.
All right.
Well, thank you so much. It's Coffee Talk with Tess and Ty. And, of course, Ty, we've had a busy day, but we've had a great day. And we've talked to teachers and we've talked to Boy Scouts. Again, that meeting tonight is going to be at 6 o'clock over at Ogden. Such an important thing. We've also had to talk about our taxes and about when you need to be doing that from the sheriff's office. So when you thank everybody, if you miss some of the information and you say, you know what, I was going down the road, Tess was talking at 100 mile an hour because that happens a lot.
No.
You can go to our website at WPKYonline.com and check out our live feed. Of course, wave to the camera. We'll have a live feed that I said, wave to the camera, Ty. Be nice. Hi. Hey, dance a little. It's always on there. Well,
yes.
Most of the time anyway.
If we
I'd
do our
say
job,
80% of the time, yeah.
I know you do.
No, there's a 20% chance that I might hit the wrong button sometimes.
You're a lot better than that.
I'm getting
you're
there.
Better than that. Great show today, though. Great information, and that's what Coffee Talk's all about. And we enjoy doing it, and we enjoy. That's what we're here for. So if you're out there and you say, I got something I want the community to know about, then get in touch with us here at WPKY. You can email us at WPKYonline@gmail.com and run us down if you see us, and we'd love to have you on the show.
Hey, stick around. We've got, of course, Fox News is going to be up here in just a couple of seconds and get you apprised of everything that's been going on overnight. And boy, there's been a lot to go on overnight. Of course, we'll have your full forecast. Talk a little bit about the weather coming up next as well from 1580 103.3 WPKY.
If this community is as important to you as it is to us, we invite you to join us weekdays for our WPKY local newscast at 6:30, 7:30, noon, and 5. 20 newscasts a week means we're committed to keeping you informed on local events. You can also find news when you want it at WPKYonline.com. Thanks for listening to 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Governor Matt Bevin has set records creating new jobs and recruiting new businesses to the Commonwealth. But it's the value of protecting innocent life that sets Governor Bevin apart. He's signed 8 pro-life bills into law, making him the most pro-life governor in the nation. Governor Bevin's legal team